This report will discuss the behavior of an object having constant velocity motion and compare its results with the predictions of a computational model based on Newton's second law. Let's have a look at the Newton's second law, which states that change in velocity over a short period of time is equal to the net force acting on the object divided by the mass of the object. In our case, as velocity is constant, which means that change in velocity is equal to zero, which in turns means that the net force acting on the system is zero. Also, the displacement vector can be given by this equation. As the velocity here is constant, this equation represents the equation of a straight line. So we can expect the displacement versus time plot of our observation to be a straight line. Let's observe the behavior of this small van, which was given an initial push somewhere over here. For our observation recording, we will start recording from this point, which turns out to be the 20th frame, and the observation would be made for the next 20 frames. Time interval between each frame turns out to be 0.033 seconds. The weight of this fan is approximately 400 grams, and the length of this roof is 16 centimeters for the scaling purpose. The x-axis is aligned towards the positive right side, and y-axis is aligned vertically upwards. Let's now play this video. As we have predicted, we can see that the displacement versus time plot looks like a straight line. We are going to need these first two entries to define the initial time interval and the initial position of our system. Also, we are going to need this next two entries to define initial velocity, and we are going to need the this time, which is the final observation end time, to define our computational model. It's time now to build our computational model using inputs from our video analysis, like mass of the object, initial position, initial velocity, initial time. The delta t which we are going to use for our computational model is 0.01 second, and the end of the observation would be at 0.0667 seconds. This equation defines the Newton's second law. And the most important factor defining this model is setting f net equal to 0 to ensure that this model has a constant velocity. Let's run this model and have a look at the results. We can see here that the object is moving towards left, and the displacement versus time graph turns out to be straight line. And both these things look consistent with our video analysis. We'll have a detailed review of these results using a spreadsheet. The solid blue line here represents the model prediction results, while the red dots represents the observational results from the video analysis. They both have the same starting point at origin, which is explicitly defined as input by us, and if we follow them further, we see till almost till the halfway, both seems to be in agreement with each other. However, at the later stage, the red dot seems to be drifting away from the blue one. Various frictional forces acting on our real system account for this drift, and it is more observable at the later stage. However, it is present from the beginning. The frictional forces like drag force and the coefficient of friction between the wheels of our van and the surface account for this drift, which are acting consistently in a direction opposite to the motion of our van. And these two forces will in a later stage in future will bring this vehicle to a complete halt, which is completely acceptable and practical reasoning. However, in our computational model, which is an ideal situation, we don't have any net force acting on our system, and that's why it will keep continuing moving with the same initial velocity which we have defined. Considering this argument, these two results seems to be agreeable. What if we flip our coordinate system, which means x becomes minus x and vice versa? This can be achieved by rotating our coordinate system by 180 degrees. Let's do it and see what happens. Well, apparently, with the change in coordinate system, the physics of the problem doesn't change. The vehicle still moves towards left and with the same velocity which it was moving earlier. However, with the change in coordinate system, there is associated change in the components of the vector defining this problem. So we can see clearly that the components which had a negative sign earlier now have a positive sign. That's the only change we expect with the change in coordinate system. One final note on the assumption of starting frame of our observation. This graph here represents the position versus time data for the mini van. Uh, Here we can see that the van is still at static condition, and this is the point where the vehicle has been given a push. And 3 or 4 frames later, we can see that it has achieved its maximum velocity and it started following a straight line. This frame turns out to be the 11th frame. Therefore, our starting point assumption of 20th frame turns out to be a safe assumption. Thank you very much for your kind attention.